Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone around the world. Welcome to our Rush Racing North America and Europe season finale here in Abu Dhabi. I am your main commentator and host for today, GameHawk. And actually, as always, for Division 1, alongside me, I have my co-commentator of Chaz. And today it is season finale time, and this is going to be really interesting to see here at Abu Dhabi. Probably the best season finale ending track.
Yeah, absolutely. Great track to end on at Abu Dhabi. I remember when I used to do a bit of F1, I loved ending, of course, at Abu Dhabi. It's just so iconic where you end. So yeah, it's going to be a fun bit of a showdown, and we have a full grid, long quali. And yeah, I'm just riding on board with Kerno right now as he comes through the chicane. But yeah, it's going to be a fun one. I think my prediction is, I think Meraki is going to close it out today.
It is going to be really interesting to see where everyone will finish. I think, actually, talking about closing it out, Monza made everything interesting. I wasn't able to be here, unfortunately, last Saturday. I graduated from college, and funny enough, well, and actually big shout out to the governor. I saw the graphic go up, and I appreciate all the love and support from you guys here at Rush. And funny enough, yesterday was actually my 22nd birthday, so it's been May is always a crazy month, but I'm happy to be back. I was able to watch, and I know Chaz did a great job here with Division 1 and commentating. And it was, so far, it was, from what I can see, it was an interesting race. A lot of rain was involved, which I kind of am sad that I missed out on it. But still, in any case, Vide won both of the sprint and the feature race. So that made it a little bit interesting, and especially the fact with the main race, Illyrian actually finished ahead of Meraki or Dre. So now we have an interesting championship scenario here.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see. I mean, last race was absolutely crazy. I just wanted to say the benchmark right now is a 24/7. I don't think that's very great, of course. But yeah, so it was a pretty hectic race. There was a bit of controversy over the grid positions for the main race. So a lot of people weren't happy with where they started. It felt like Meraki was able to, compared to everybody else that was up there, like the Haas team and the Alpine team, were all the way at the back when he was at the front, but he still got knocked down to the back anyway because of an issue. But yeah, it was a pretty hectic race last race, but now we are here in Abu Dhabi to see how it goes. I mean, I think Illyrian can still win it if he wins, and then like no point and like barely any points for Meraki. I don't know.
Yeah, it will be really interesting to see. And if I have the stats correct, the this battle is going to be between Illyrian and Dre or Meraki to the finals. That what needs to happen is that Illyrian wins the race, gets fastest lap and cleanest driver, but unfortunately Dre also has to DNF. And the reason for this is that Dre is currently 26 points ahead of Illyrian. So if Illyrian gets all that, he gets 27, but he needs Dre to either finish outside the points or he needs a DNF. So a bit of an interesting situation that I don't really know if I've ever seen a situation quite like this, but we already know probably both Illyrian and Dre are going to be two of the drivers that we're going to be looking at mostly throughout this race. But I wouldn't count out some of these other drivers. I mean, if anything, you could see that Vide cleaning up in Monza. He absolutely wants to keep racing and doing his best. And then you can also include some of the other fast drivers that you've seen in here before, like Tuki's been pretty fast in other races that he has done here. The same thing for Lopro. Lopro could definitely be in the mix, or even Robert. So this is going to be an interesting race to see as it develops and how all the championship will basically come out.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see. And we've already had Tinzo disqualified for blocking pit lane. Okay, that's not good. I think that is in the pit. Yeah, that's at the bottom of the pit lane. So I don't know what happened there. And he's not even going to get a lap in. So Tinzo is done. That is really sad for him. Not even going to get a single run. And yeah, as you were speaking, Meraki only went 45 thousandths behind Vid in P1. But like we said, you said before the start of the stream, we think Vid is going to try and win this one for just for the fun of it. But yeah, Illyrian needs that higher spot of the finish to do it. I don't even know. I didn't know that you actually get a point for cleanest driver here, but yeah, point for cleanest driver. So he'll have to be in a good way. And he's retired in the first section because he thinks he can get through with that lap.
And I mean, we will certainly see if he will. That is a really good time. And I mean, you're talking about Dre only 45 thousandths behind, or sorry, 45 hundredths, I get, or no, it would be thousands. Sorry, I'm a little dyslexic apparently that I can't read right. But crucially, Dre is about 6/10 up on Illyrian right now from P2 to P3. So really good lap time so far, and I'm not surprised that Illyrian would retire and feel confident for right now. So far, still roughly half the grid, or a little bit less than half the grid, has not set a lap just yet, but I'm curious to see how, or like where we'll see all the times. It is full quali, and right now we have about 9.5 minutes left here in the first session of qualifying. So that means that P16 through P20 are going to be eliminated, and which Tinzo being disqualified is going to be the first one, and in P20. So then it will be P19 to P16 that will be eliminated as well. So it is really cool to see that we have a full grid here, and I'm like I said, this really looks like it's going to be a very interesting race, and I don't really think you could ask for anything better than for the season finale.
Yeah, absolutely. I just wanted to mention Thomas up to P3, nice lap. Same with Legleb up to P4. So Lyrian knocked down a little bit. I think that was a bit optimistic when you're 6/10 off of the fastest two. Well, you wouldn't say the fastest two, but you'd say probably ones that are very fast. Tinzo says, I got a bug with my steering wheel when my thing was at 720 degrees, so I turned so slow in the pits and got DSQ. Oh man, that's horrible.
Definitely unfortunate. And actually, that is, you were talking about Thomas. That's actually a very good lap time from him. And you got to give the Kick Saubers credit. So far, I'm trying to remember the first race that these two drivers had joined into Division 1. They've surprisingly been consistent, and you got to give them props that they've been pretty consistent the entire time that they've been racing in Div 1, and I wouldn't be shocked to see them back here in the next season. So you definitely give credit to them. And I do agree that it is a little bit optimistic for Illyrian to retire this quickly, but at the same time, he also retiring this early means that he gets to save on extra tires that he would usually use. So that means that maybe later in Q2, or if he makes it to Q3, he'll maybe have an extra pair of softs. And it's kind of like the alternate strategy. You see some other drivers choose to go out on a medium compound first, set a lap, and then they go on to the softs. The other strategy is to go out, set your fastest lap immediately, and then retire. So in both ways, you end up saving tire. And actually, great lap there from Tukey. A 123.019 actually puts him into P3. So already seeing some really fast lap times right now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's still, I mean, yeah, it's very close. I mean, there's still a good amount of gap between P1 and P, like, well, up to, you could say, Greco's or like Josh, who were, but I think it's still relatively close between each driver. Like, there's like a set of each two that are like really close to each other. Like Thomas and the Gleb, you've got like 2A and Toto. Like, everyone's very close together. Sorry, Toto and Josh. Like, everyone's quite close together, but still there's like one driver who's got like the gap. So yeah, a bit weird, but we'll have to see where people can get themselves in Q1. Just give themselves an idea of how high up the board they'll be.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see. So far, I will see once the caution clears, we'll see how much time is left in the session. So we have about 6 minutes. So still plenty of time for these drivers to set their lap times. And I think kind of another, I guess, kind of the same theme that we've seen throughout the whole season so far. Almost like a very tight-knit grid. That, I mean, P1 is a minute 22.4, and then P17 is a 125.6 currently. So definitely there is a spread, but it's definitely not maybe as wide of a spread as you may expect to see. So it's like a very tight-knit group.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, Vit's got back out, which is a bit weird, I'd say. I don't know. That's a bit weird. But yeah, a lot of people now will just stay in the pits for a bit, and then they'll go out when they think it's ready. I think from people, I'd say from either Robert or Pool Diver, I'd say, will have to go out again.
Yeah, and I'm actually really kind of curious to see, right here, I'm on board with Low Pro in the second Mercedes seat. And actually, I believe that Low Pro and Tuki have been teammates before here in, actually, Pool Diver is going to retire. Right now in P9, we'll see. Salty will also retire. We'll see how that will go if anyone behind them improves. But Vega and Low Pro are the last two drivers who have not set a current lap time, so I'm curious to see where they will end up. And it's gonna be probably, I guess, realistically, if you are the people who retired, you probably are safe, but at the same time, maybe cutting it a bit close. And that's the reason right there. Vega up in the P3 and Low Pro into P12, so he does actually get out of the elimination, and that's going to move everyone down. So actually, both Wrist and Wildcat were not in the drop down zone, and then after that, now they are both in the dropout zone. So just like that, one lap time can really just end up dropping you, not like a rock, but it will definitely hurt your position.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I was just looking in chat. Meraki Don says Vit is going to get DSQ. He started a lap on Inters. They made an announcement about it. Oh god, that's not good. When was that announcement made? Div 1 chat. I ready the grid. No, okay, that's not it. I don't know where it says it, but apparently there was an announcement about it. You can't do that. So I don't know where that was said. I didn't see that. I don't know if you saw that, but I don't think I saw that.
He is currently, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna let the stewards and them handle that. And actually, I was talking about him earlier. Wrist actually moved up into P15, so actually now he knocks Grecos out of the safe zone, and now he's in the drop zone, and they're gonna have to go out there and start their start a lap so that they are gonna try and get out of the drop zone. Interesting. I don't remember the rules, but I guess for right now we're just gonna leave it to the stewards and them to figure out. But I mean, so far we'll see. I mean, he did set the current fastest lap, which I definitely don't think he set on the Inters, but if that is true that he does get disqualified, that will save Grecos, but I don't know. I wouldn't count on that. So, I mean, we'll see how it ends up as we have 2 minutes here left in qualifying one.
Yeah, I don't know. I doubt they'll restart for one thing like that, but I think maybe he'll just get like a penalty for it in the race. We'll have to see.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we will see for sure. Actually, so I believe that was Hammer actually, I believe, improved his time, so he moves up into P13. And actually now Greco's is actually on an outlap on mediums. So interesting decision. And we'll see Wildcat now also on his own outlap on a fresh pair of softs. And Freed, who's in P19, is currently on a fast lap. And with the time running down, if he wants to get out of the drop zone, he's going to have to really put in a good lap here. As heading through, he will get out of the way. And actually, it was almost impeding, but I believe that was Tukey. Tukey got out of the way. That was actually a good job of avoidance from Tukey to get out of the way to Freed. But now Freed coming through the last part of Sector 3, messing up the turn a little bit, but pushing. Does he have enough? He improves on his time, but he only gets to P16. So I believe that won't be enough. We'll see how everything turns out. Tukey now is on a fast lap. Freed will retire from the qualifying. So I'm kind of interested to see if Greco's is going to be faster. I'm surprised he is on the medium compound right now. Maybe he's just getting extra practice. But yeah, we'll have to see how this is going to go, as Wildcat will start his lap as well. We will go on board as qualifying ends. We'll go on board first with Tukey. Or actually, I believe... Oh no, Joshua Baird tried to set a lap, so now he won't. So we'll be on board with Tukey for right now, as Wildcat is behind him. And actually, this might help out Wildcat more, because Wildcat's going to get a perfect tow down through the DRS zones, and he's not going to be impeded, really. So, kind of interested to see how this is going to end up.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just running on board with Greco's. Let's have a watch as he comes around the final corner. He's going to dive into the pit, so he's done. What about Wildcat? He is on a lap, as he almost gets impeded, but he doesn't. So Kerno's also done. So Wildcat's the only person that could knock out engaging wrist here. Let's see. But yeah, or Meraki, John, if you also want to send whatever you're saying to me, you may as well. But yeah, as Wildcat through the park.
Yeah, so now this is going to be the really interesting part. Oh, so Tukey actually will dive into the pit. So now it comes down to Wildcat. He is faster. So now coming through to the line, and he improves on his time, but it won't be enough. He improved by half a second, but he will remain in P18. And actually the DM is that it is from Wildcat that Vid is disqualified for doing a flyer on inters. So that means that he will fall to the back of the grid, and we'll see how that works out now that qualifying 1 is done. But we'll see how that works out. But yeah, that's qualifying 1 done and dusted. So we'll see here going into qualifying 2. Qualifying 2 will be really the equalizer. We'll see where a lot of these drivers are going to stand, but a little bit of an intriguing qualifying 1.
Oh God, that's not good. Potato sent a DM in Div 1 chat from Wildcat saying Vid is DSQ for doing a flyer on inters. It's not a flyer. I don't think it was a flyer. Was it a flyer? Well, how do we know it's a flyer, though? It might not be a flyer. That's what I don't know, because he did a 38. Like, I don't know what a fast lap on the inters is.
Like I said, I'm just leaving that up to the stewards. I'm going to let them decide on how all the rules work. This is why I'm a commentator and why I'm not a steward. That, I want to focus on the race. We'll see what happens here. We'll see how they decide to go about this. So we'll see. But crucially, I think that even though it was risky going back to Q1, it was risky. But for those who did retire early, all the ones who did retire early made it to Q2. So now they're going to have that extra set of soft tires. So I'm curious to see how much that's going to benefit them here in Q2 or possibly Q3 as well.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see then who is gonna be up at the top. But again, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if Vin has to finish, like, not race anymore. Like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, but we'll let them figure that out as we are on an outline. Actually, interestingly enough, I was wondering if anyone was going to do this. Wrist actually will start on the medium tire, so I was kind of curious to see if anyone was going to do that. But once again, like I said before, I feel like this is probably going to be the most interesting, because like we saw that Illyrian and Dre and all them were setting some of the fast laps, but I'm curious to see not only if they can continue that, if they can keep that pace, but if they're going to do the same thing that they did in Q1, try to set the fastest lap they can and then retire and try to go all out in Q3. So there's a couple different strategies that these drivers can pick and choose from.
Yeah, but I have to see like who's going to use more softs now, because you might want to pick some more like you want some more for the race. So yeah, we'll have to see. I don't know who's going to be using more, but you'd think a faster driver would use less, theoretically.
Yeah, and I think it's going to come down to what the lap times look like. And I think that's the thing. You can't retire too early to try and save your tires, because if you retire too early and you get knocked out of Q2, saving the tires meant nothing. So it's a little bit of a tricky balancing act that the drivers are going to have to try and navigate. And yeah, I guess we'll see. And I guess we'll see, because like we have 12 minutes, that we definitely have time in Q2 to see how these drivers are going to perform. And actually, almost everyone is out on track doing the lap times right now. And this will be really, Joshua Bear will be the first one across the line unless he goes into the pits. I guess we'll see. Okay, no, he will set the first lap. So this will be really the first indication across the line, a 124.023. Illyrian is actually right behind him, and he will do a 123.7. So he will be consistent. So Illyrian sets about the same lap time as he did before. Both Kick Saubers are being really close as well. Riss will actually do a 124.5 on the mediums, which actually, considering the mediums, that is not bad at all. 2A will do a 123.4. So that's already a really good lap. Legleb will be the next one across the line, and he'll do a 123.3. So already we're seeing some faster times than we saw in Q1.
Yeah, already track maybe ramping up. So yeah, we will have to yeah, it will be cool to see like how much further they can go without the with the ramped up track. So yeah, I wonder who's going to be able to make it through in Q2.
It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, we do have time to see. Low Pro will go across the line, do a 123.7. I believe that is, yeah, Hammer in the Aston Martin. He goes wide, so he wasn't able to set a lap time first. And I believe that is Illyrian going into the pits. And I believe that was, yeah, that was Joshua Bear who followed him in. So now, I mean, I really am curious to see how this is going to work out, just because of the wild card of having a lot of fast drivers, because we could really end up seeing a full battle ensuing between Illyrian and Dre fighting tooth and nail with every single driver, because it seems that every single driver has shown about the same pace.
There's other people that can fight with them. They just haven't been up there at the top. Like, look at that. Vega with a great lap. Miles in front. It's just like, yeah, there's a load of people that are fast enough, just they didn't get to the fight when they should have. Like, they weren't there when the fight started. And, like, of course, Meraki has been there the whole time, so he's been able to get the points that they haven't raced those other people. So people like Pool Diver and that. Sorry, not Pool Diver. Low Pro and sorry, the other Mercedes, who actually, yeah, Tuki, like, they're fast, but they just weren't there at the start, so they just couldn't get it. They couldn't get up there in the fight. So it's now up to people that are still the same pace, just, or maybe even slightly slower, but who are more consistent on showing up, which is kind of funny, to be fair.
Yeah, and it's gonna be interesting to see. So now, actually, Illyrian actually is back out on an outlap. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Probably, see, that's the thing. He set his lap time, but he didn't retire immediately. So already he has to, or he feels that he has to try and set a better lap. I mean, that's the thing. Talking about some of these other wild cards and the drivers who are going to be fighting tooth and nail, it's going to push the two championship leaders to race harder than maybe what they really want to, because they feel like they want to put in the best lap that they can, but they don't want to be fighting tooth and nail to go through the entire grid. So it may be forcing them to go maybe a little bit quicker and faster and use more tires than they really want to. So, I mean, just overall, just very interesting and albeit bizarre situation that we have here.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird situation. But it'll be, what line do you push it to? And also, Illyrian is already purple in the first sector, but what line do you go to? Where do you draw the line on how much you're pushing, how much you're risking to try and go for it? If you're Illyrian, you have to go all guns blazing. You have to go for it, because you're not going to win otherwise. You're not going to win. Like, if you were close enough where you could, like, not take that much risk and still pick off a couple positions, then yeah. But if you're the chaser, you go for it. But for Meraki Don, you can't. You have to be more careful and not do that. You have to be more careful and take your time. And I can't lie, Illyrian is still flying. If he's purple in the first two sectors, he must have left another second in the final, well, and more in the final sector. So let's have a watch of this.
Yeah, and actually now here, as he comes through sector 3, I actually did, I mean, I see you were catching up as well. So Vide is actually allowed to continue racing, where they changed the rule that it was not a disqualifying for using the wrong. So actually, look at Illyrian up into P2 with a 122.6. That's a fantastic lap from him. And actually right behind him is Dre. So this is actually his first lap that he set. And he goes ahead by about half a tenth, if I'm reading that correctly. So now you can see both Dre and Illyrian closer pace here in Q2. And I see that you were catching up as well, that Vide is not disqualified, that it gets treated as an invalidated lap, but he had already set his fastest lap beforehand, so he is not disqualified essentially. Yeah, and he's purple through the first sector as well, so Vid is flying again, so he's going to be the hinder, like the roadblock for like Illyrian if he wants to go and chase after Meraki Don. Or in the same situation, he could end up being a roadblock for Dre, because knowing Meraki Don or Dre, I don't know which one he wants me to call him, assuming it's Dre because he changed his name to it. Oh, Robert landed with a good lap, a 122.6, so he actually slides in behind Illyrian. But Vide could end up being a problem for Dre, because knowing Dre, he's gonna want to just push as fast as he can, get into the lead of the race, so then he has control over his own destiny. The last thing that he wants to happen is that right there, for Vide to get a faster lap ahead of him and, I mean, end up being a roadblock. I mean, the last thing that Dre probably wants to end up happening is to get stuck in a battle where him and Illyrian are side by side. What Dre wants to do is to be in control, because he is a championship leader. So again, that's probably why this qualifying becomes so important, because of how close all these drivers are so far.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't talking there because I had my mic off. I'm really sorry.
No, you're good. And we're continuing. We have about 3 minutes, so we'll see some of the drivers probably start their we're preparing for their final few laps. And Illyrian did retire, so in P4, with him being ahead of most of the grid, I think that he probably is safe. And right now it's going to be a battle in the bottom, and actually a great lap there from Hammer. He'll move up into P7, actually behind his Aston Martin teammate. So right now in the drop zone, you have Thomas, Tukey, Salty, Joshua Bear, and Engaging Wrist. And actually Engaging Wrist is on a lap right now, so we'll see where he places. Thomas is actually behind him on a lap, and I believe that's Pool Diver then behind him. I can imagine Pool Diver's probably going to peel into pits, but then here we go for Engaging Wrist. He will improve on his time by half a second, but that only puts him up into P13, so he is still in the drop zone. And actually Joshua Bear just left the pit, so he's going to be on an out lap. And actually this is going to be a really interesting situation, as the Kick Sauber is going to get almost stuck behind his teammate, as actually this may help Thomas in the long run. He's going to get a tow from his teammate. You can see his teammate rushing out ahead of him. He's actually giving him a DRS tow. So look at the two Kick Saubers actually working together. So now you can see, yeah, you can see him peel out of the way. So actually, I'm curious to see how this is going to affect Thomas's time, that this actually may push him out of the drop zone. And you can see some of the other top drivers retiring. That, yeah, the top drivers are going to retire. They feel safe, but it is still a battle for those who are trying to get out of the drop zone. And like I said before, I'm really curious to see where is this going to place Thomas, because I mean, that DRS tow, it can be, I mean, it can really help your lap time as he comes around through the final corner to the line, and that's going to skyrocket him to P7.
Nice, really nice, really nice. Sorry, I was talking. I wondered why you cut me off, and then I realized my mic was off. But yeah, all I was saying was Wildcat had said to Toto that he corner cutted the pit, which isn't allowed to make your final fly. So that might mean Toto doesn't actually make it through, or like he'll get a penalty for that, which isn't good for him, considering he's just trying to make it through into Q3 and get to the top 10 shootout and do well. But yeah, you can't be cutting tracks. But yeah, top 4 already retired. Roberts in the pits. I think it'd just be the people in the bottom and maybe a couple people above that need to go again.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see. That is going to be the end of qualifying. Right now, we're on board with Joshua Bear coming across. He actually set a purple sector 2, coming across the line, and he's into P7. So he actually is going to knock down his teammate for right now. And now we'll see the next one across the line is Legleb. and he's just going to cross the line. He wasn't on a fast lap.
I just witnessed an insane impediment. Right, really bad. So basically, Thomas was trying to give his teammate Salty a toe in the second straight, but Pool Diver was also on a lap and probably faster. It meant that Pool Diver got pushed off to the side because they were going 3 wide. So.
Oh, so Salty actually will peel into the pits for that, but now we'll see if Tukey can do a lap. Actually, 2A, while you were talking, 2A moved up into P10, so actually Hammer got knocked out anyway. So we'll see what lap time that Tukey sets. He's the last one. Is he got enough? He does, into P7, so he will knock out 2A anyway, and he's gonna try and move on. We'll see if it sticks.
Yeah, it might not.
Yeah, we'll see if it sticks with all the penalties going around, but so far this looks like this is going to be a very intriguing Q3, depending on who sticks and or what lap times are going to stay.
Yeah, I mean, apparently Robert said to the Wildcat that he'd seen Tukey cut the track to make the time for the final fast lap, which I, again, didn't know was a rule. I mean, I don't really check the rules. I just turned up, commentate, have a great time. Well, yeah, have a great time, and then go home. But, so that isn't good for Tukey. But, needless to say, he is still through, theoretically. So, like, we'll have to, I guess he's through, because if they restart now, what do you do? Just only let a few people through? But it doesn't make sense. But yeah, what's his name racing? Is Alizzy? No. Oh, wait, Illyrian's the one in the fight. Oh, my bad. Sorry, I thought it was Alizzy, because he was in front, but then he got back in front. I don't know why I was thinking that. Yeah. But yeah. Alizzy isn't here, is he? No.
No, he declined, so that means that he couldn't make it today. And actually, I was going to mention too that I believe statistically that even in the constructors, I actually do think that there is a possibility for the Alpine team to overtake the Haas. I believe that it would have to happen if both Haas drivers do not get any points and then both Alpines get a 1-2. I'm not entirely sure.
No, it's already
how it works. Is it already decided? I think the math might be.
I mean, theoretically, you don't think that that's going to happen. Do you? Like, I think it's already sealed.
But you also can't count it out. Okay, so I was technically, or no, we'll see how the math works out. But I mean, realistically, we also didn't think Max Verstappen was going to win Abu Dhabi 2021. So, I mean, we've seen absolutely crazy things happen in sports where they shouldn't have. I witnessed a great many miracles, as you would call it, in sports. That, especially one that I witnessed live, is that if you guys want to know anything about me, I love American football, and I remember watching my favorite team try to go to the Super Bowl in 2013 and then thinking we were going to lose it all, and thankfully Richard Sherman knocked the ball down and we intercepted it. So the impossible can happen. So it's not like it's the same thing that Illyrian is battling. The Alpines, you can theoretically win the Constructors' Championship. So, I mean, who knows? I mean, that's how I feel. It's just you never know what's going to happen until the checkered flag waves.
Yeah, good point. I actually thought, no, still mathematically that they wouldn't have got it anyway. But clearly that they still have a chance then. Tukey invalidates his outlap. Of course, it doesn't really matter. But who will be the first one? It will be Meraki Don to set the first benchmarker. So, with me, we will ride on board for a flying lap around the infamous Abu Dhabi track. So here he goes then, starting his lap. As he crosses the line, down, has a full battery, only uses a little bit before the line, braking through turn 1, you're chucking it in, don't run too wide on the exit, then you're going to go up the hill, try to clip the inside curve, then you want to do the same thing, the next one, but don't run too into it because you'll hit track limits. He does hit the bollard, then heavy braking zone, in to the hairpin, getting yourself mainly focused on the exit, don't run too wide, then you're going to try to stay on the bluish part of the track, trying to use not too much ERS, but as much as you possibly can to keep yourself in the fight. Then the track moves over slightly as you go down into the brake zone. Very tight brake zone. You want to make sure you hit the first one, but you don't go too deep so you can get ready for the next one. Power down, don't go too wide. Then the next DRS straight, you want to be using pretty much all of the rest of your battery here, keeping it very tight until the next point where you have to cross over. Then, of course, this part changed in 2021, a long swooping left-hander, and you want to, this line can be taken in different ways, but it's good to not always stay close to the inside. Then you're going to be coming through heavy braking zone, cutting it back in, then you're going to go back, left, then left again as you go under the bridge. Then don't run too wide on the exit of the corner. As you put the power down, use all of the rest of your ERS as you run around the right-hand side of the corner. Then into the final one, chucking it in. Don't run too wide on exit. Power down to the line, and a benchmark of a 1:22.3 by Meraki. That was so hard to keep up with by commentating, but I did it.
I was gonna say, that was really, really good job by you as you went through that lap. And I mean, talk about a benchmark. I mean, okay, never mind. We were talking about a benchmark. Vide is just going to come out of nowhere and set a 122.2. Dre with the 122.3. Legleb with a 122.4. Pool Diver even with a 123 almost flat. So far, really fast lap time. I believe that even Joshua Bear maybe was not or didn't have as quick as a lap. He set that faster in Q2. Actually, Vega across the line. He did. Oh no, he sets it.
No,
wow.
He went off the track. That doesn't count. I watched it.
Oh, the game did not invalidate it. So that's really kind of interesting that he went off the track, but the game did not invalidate. So for right now, Vega will have the fastest lap. I guess it's always F1 game shenanigans. So
yeah. Basically in the final corner, went wide, and you know, like when you go off the track but you don't come back on, you can get a glitch where the game will still register your lap. That's what happened. So he gained time because of course he didn't have to brake as much, which meant he basically didn't have to come back on. I don't think that lap will count. I'm just saying. But yeah, it was still a great lap either way. I think he would have still got it, but we don't know. We don't know the delta. We don't know anything. So I don't think that lap will stand. I mean, that lap is still possible, but I think it's pretty much absurd because once he knew he was really going off track, he probably pinned it anyway just to try and hope that it would still count when nobody was watching. But sadly, us commentators still do have one eye in the sky. But yeah, so
we'll see.
I don't think that will count.
Yeah, we'll see what the stewards will decide. But actually, kind of an interesting decision. Illyrian did not go out when everyone else did. He waited, and now he's the only one on track now. So interesting decision to wait until everyone else went. Actually, Robert Landon did not set a lap time either, but I can imagine he's probably gonna get a new pair of tires on and then go. But yeah, Illyrian now has the entire track to himself, and I mean, he's got a high benchmark. Realistically, he doesn't necessarily need pole. Obviously, you would want to get pole, but if Illyrian wants a better chance, he needs to qualify ahead of Dre. And that's a tall benchmark. A 122.346 is what Illyrian is aiming for as he comes through Sector 3. We'll ride on board. I'm not gonna be able to commentate as well as Chaz about going through the corners, but we'll ride on board as he's gonna go through Sector 1 and go through the lap. And it will be interesting to see the comparison between Illyrian and Dre's lap times, and it will be interesting to see because, I mean, the ERS battle is going to be even more interesting. I think we see a little bit more of the ERS battle in Division 2, but in Abu Dhabi, you really need to watch your battery because of these very long straights that you have. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how they choose to manage their batteries.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in a DRS train, it's a lot easier to manage. I mean, I would like to say, I think Lyrian looks like he's doing pretty well right now. Not too shabby. So let's have a watch. He needs to probably pin as much. He probably should have pinned even more going into the corner. But you do want to save through here. I think in a small twitch going into it. But yeah, I think he's still good. He's going to use more battery. Nice line through the corner. Chucks it in. Doesn't go too close to the inside curve. Then doesn't go too wide. Then doesn't go too wide again. And then doesn't go too wide again. There's so many track limits on the track. But pushing it to the limits. And doesn't the pits.
Oh, so he chooses to not do. So maybe, oh, he did invalidate. Or maybe it's just invalidating for going into the pits.
Yeah,
But
yeah, he invalidated at the end.
yeah, so unfortunately they're from Illyrian, but I mean, if that is what he's going for, he was doing, or I mean, he set a really good lap, or what would have been a very good lap. And so now the problem for Illyrian is that not setting that lap time now means that with 3 minutes, 20 seconds and counting, that means that the next lap he sets is probably going to have to be the lap time that he has to do. And actually we'll see Dre is going to head out onto the track as well. Thomas is going to be first in the Kick Sauber. And actually so far he actually set a reasonably good lap time right now with a 1:23.5. So we'll see how that goes. But again, I just feel like maybe Illyrian may have gotten a little bit harder of a job, because now having not set a lap time, now Dre's going to be out ahead of him, and Dre's going to get an opportunity to set a better lap time and maybe make Illyrian's job even harder.
Yeah, sorry, I was just reading a DM, but yeah, we're going to have to see what Dre can do. He needs to make sure he can get himself a good lap here. That lap, I think, is still very, very good lap, but to be safe, you want more. You always want more. F1 is all about always wanting more, which is really annoying. But yeah, you're always going to want more. Vid also on an out lap, not far behind here, as he's going to come through the sweeping left-hander. But of course, we do have Thomas, who's going to be, I'd say, the first person to start start the final lap, and then followed by Meraki. So let's watch on with Toto then for his flying lap as he comes through the final couple of corners. Here we go then, as he comes down to the line. Almost invalidates for both laps as he comes down into turn one. Gets it stopped nicely, doesn't lock up, doesn't run too wide on exit as well, which is really nice. Up the hill, really smooth through there, really nice by Thomas. Down into the first sector barrier. It is purple. Of course, a lot of people can get purple. All you need is a small improvement. And depending on how much you attack the first sector is how much you're going to get. He's also going to get a very nice toe. Wow, he's going to get a beautiful toe. And Paul Timer actually has to move out the way because of it. So, yeah, beautiful toe for Thomas here. So that's going to help him even more. I think he misses the first apex slightly, but still doing decently well. Of course, you want to... Do you prefer to go deeper into the first one and not get... and risk losing the time on the exit, or do you lose time at the start and then really pin it on the second one? And he's 5 tenths up again. Really good. But I think where people are a lot slower than the P1 man right now is Vega. Vega is very, very quick, I'd say, in the final sector. It seems to me like he is, because I've seen people on double purple laps and they just lose it all in the final sector. So clearly, Vega's probably running then a setup that's designed not as much for the straights. But he's still quick on the straights enough. But here we go then, as he comes around the final corner. What is his lap going to be? A P5. Not a bad lap from him, I'd really say. He was very close to jumping up multiple more positions. But yeah, really, really nice lap. Let's quickly go to Meraki. Don, bang.
Oh,
he's down.
He's actually down. So he's down 3 tenths. And I mean, that was
improving.
Yeah. So we'll see. And actually, that's going to be the end of qualifying. So now this is going to be very interesting. Vied with a screaming lap, a 1:21.9. So now we'll go on board with who's next. Joshua Bear, who actually probably had a slow qualifying original lap. So now we'll see, he's going to be the next one, and then it's going to be Gleb behind him. We'll keep eyes on as everyone comes across the line. Joshua Bear will be the next one across the line. He will improve up into P6. Wow. Very good lap for him, as now Gleb is going to be the next one across the line. He will be down by basically 1,000, so his time will stay the same. Now Vega across the line. He's going to go to P1, a 121.7, and Robert Lannon with a 122.3. So now here comes Illyrian. He did not set a lap time. So here he comes through sector 3. To the line. Where is he gonna place? He's pushing and he's going down 122.5 into P7. That's really gonna hurt him. Pool diver with
really bad.
Yeah, pool diver with an invalidated lap. Tukey around the final corner. He's gonna push. Where's Tukey gonna be? He's gonna be into P8. So then Dre is our last driver, and he's gonna end up crossing the line. And man, what two screaming laps from Vide and Vega.
So I screamed yes when Vid did his lap because I had a bet with someone that a 21 would be possible, and they didn't think it would be. But it was. It wasn't you, but yeah, it was possible. So I was very happy, and it was actually really far in there with an insane lap by Vega. Yeah, wow, Vega clearly showing. Yeah, that he has the pace to absolutely blitz everybody with that beautiful Golf livery. I'm running that same livery on the LMP2 car in the 4 Hours of Paul Ricard tomorrow, which we're doing twice. And then another LMU race in the middle of it. So I'm busy tomorrow, which is fun with racing. But yeah, so that's a beautiful lap by him and a beautiful livery. Yes, it looks like 2 tenths, but of course, I mean, it's 1.8, but I know 1.8 tenths, but yeah, insane. And they're both 4 tenths in front of the rest of the pack. So, like we said, we did think Vid would probably want to go and like win this one for the jokes, but I think, yeah, Lyrian's got a lot on his plate to do. Yeah, he's got a lot to do if he wants to win this one. But we'll have to see.
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting race indeed. And I mean, the job is definitely not done. If you are Dre, you definitely have to make sure. I mean, above anything, you need to finish the race. So it's going to be interesting to see how this race start is going to go. And I mean, he's known for having some of the best race starts that we've seen here in Rush. But also the same thing, the biggest story, Illyrian in P7, he's got basically a mountain ahead of him if he wants any sort of hope of winning this race. And I believe it is, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it is 29 laps, either 29 laps or 30 laps here in Abu Dhabi for the full race. But this is going to be a very, very intriguing race. And actually, we're going to go ahead and get going. So here we go. The 5 lights are on. And we are underway here for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And it looks like Vega didn't actually get that great of a start, as now it's Vide.
Vid's up the inside.
It's going to be up the inside. Robert Landon remaining in 3rd. Another car goes off. So Vid is actually going to rocket into the lead, and he's going to hold on. Actually, Robert Landon behind him. Tinzo's out.
VSC. Yeah.
An instant VSC. I'm on board with
He goes into the wall. He goes in. Oh my gosh, you can see the wheel.
Yeah. Oh,
and now
Vega's getting a 10-second penalty. I believe probably because of the delta. But
no, he hit Vid. He hit Vid. Oh,
and he hit him again.
Whoa. Sorry. What's he doing?
So now he's got 20 seconds of penalties. He's still going side by side as we go green flag.
Watch out, Vid. I think we're going to see a straight line.
So now,
Vega just died.
So Vega just
went into the wall.
Now.
Vega's just gone into the wall, so he's completely screwed himself there. So I don't know.
2A will retire as well, but actually did not bring out a safety car. So we are still going, and Vide is going to be about 7 tenths ahead of his teammate Dre. And however, he is steaming toward the front as he is right behind Dre, and actually Illyrian as well already up a position into P6. And look at Tukey as well. A great job from Tukey.
Yeah. Someone just had a huge Sorry, I don't know if that was the Haas, but Lyrian looked like he was sideways out the exit of that corner. But yeah, I just wanted to say, Tukey made the position on Illyrian, going through the top. But yeah, I think what happened, so the first incident was Tinzo. When they were going up, I think Tinzo was on the inside. You know, as the corner that Illyrian's about to go through now, I think he got squeezed into the barrier on the inside, crashed there. Then you had the issue, I don't know what happened with Vid and Robert. Vid and Vega, but then what Vega did to retaliate is completely wrong. You should never retaliate, and Vid is sideways at the exit of the corner. And here we go then, Robert down the back straight, but here goes Stray as well. They're going to defend into the first corner. We're going to be going 3 wide any second now. Yes, we are. Robert's going to make the move, and he's going to get double overtaken. Vid's going to get double overtaken. Leclerc doing really well in P4 here. Tukey in P5. Here goes Vid, back up the inside of Dre. Dre gets, argy-bargy there, but gets shut out by Vid. So the two Alpines still dominating like they did in Monza as they do a switcheroo. But here goes Meraki Don. Oh, is that Robert with... Robert's got an end plate damage from earlier at the start. But here we go. Possible race strategies. Oh, Leclerc!
Oh, Leclerc sideways.
Leclerc.
Does he save it? He does. He kept it out of the barrier.
Insane, but someone almost hit him. Was that Lyrian that almost hit him? I don't know. But yeah, like we just had the race strategy possibly there. Which was, it was sorry, I'm stuck. It was like 2 mediums, then a hard or something like that. But, oh, look at he almost just died. Joshua Bear with the fastest lap. Go on. But yeah, probably because everybody else was dying. But clearly the tyres are freezing cold because everybody is shipping and sladding all over the place right now. Let's have a look at the tyres. Vid is on the hards. I can see why he's slower. Vid is on the hards. Everybody else isn't. Robert probably got end plate damage from the part where they were all fighting in, where they were all bunched up together as Tukey and Illyrian. Go on, Illyrian.
Oh, actually, I just checked Discord. They actually said someone readied up before Wildcat said, so they are calling for a red flag. I don't know. Wildcat is still racing, so I don't know if they are going to red flag it or not. And actually, I think that is why Vega retired, but yeah, I don't know.
No, Vega hit the inside wall. Vega hit the inside wall because you could see his car. He had damage, so he definitely didn't retire by himself. It was a crash. So you know when they're going through the the kink on the second DRS straight. He was going through there, and I think he got either squeezed or he just misjudged how close he was, and his wheel, of course, hit the inside barrier. As Leclerc, after his bit of an incident, is going to lose a position, but then get it back. And because Vid has pulled that gap, if he can keep it where he is, then he'll be fine. And Robert's actually lost a lot of time because of Robert's damages. Oh, Grakos! Grakos is round in the final corner. He's still going, though. I don't know about his front wing. That's probably not in a great way, but yeah, if Vid can stay in front for another 3 or 4 laps, then so Vega comes in and says restart. I don't know if they are. Vega, did you retire? Did you retire or did you crash?
I retired because it's restarting.
Oh, why have we got 2 people in here?
Hey,
2 a.m.
this is the live comms box, so please, if you are joining to say anything, Wildcat is currently streaming on Twitch as well. Please do not join the comm box as we are in stream, please. We've had issues like this before. Thank you. So
I just want to say, Robert's just lost 2 positions. Oh, Robert is not in a great way. That front wing damage is horrible. Miko Diner saying restart. Vegas is saying restart. Can we not restart, guys? It's already 9 o'clock. Please. Please. Vid's probably pulled a second gap. He's flying on the mediums, as her on the hards. These hards, yeah, I think, personally, I think the hards, from overall, I think, oh! I'm just loving the way he's drifting out the corner. I think, personally, the hards are the best tyre ever, I think, because they can get up to temperature quite quickly, and after like 3 or 4 laps, they're already better than the mediums. Yeah, depending on the track as well, but yeah, he's already pulled that huge gap. Tukey now into P3, really well done. Illyrian, P4. And sadly, Joshua in P5. Go on. Joshua in P5. Absolutely amazing from Josh there. But Tukey is probably about to get either triple or double overtaken. I'm not sure what though. He's definitely going to get overtaken at least once, but maybe even a double. As Kerno gets a 3 sec. Maybe not even one. Okay, maybe he's not even going to get overtaken. I thought he would. Can you leave the lobby? Us? We're not leaving the lobby because we're commentating. We want to race. Vega, we're not leaving. Wildcat hasn't left. We don't leave until Wildcat leaves. So, yeah. Lyrian, round the outside. Can he hold it? Go on.
Side
Go
by
on.
side battle. Can he hold it on the outside? They're still side
It's a
by
move.
side. Can he hold it? They're being very generous. And now, a little bit of contact there. Just going through the tight corner. Still side by side. Going through sector 3. They're doing a great job of these drivers giving space. The tough part, and does he secure it?
Wow, what a move.
He does. Finally secures it. I mean, now he's got to hold off, and now it looks like the Ferrari's trying to look to make a move. And now he's going to go to the inside of Tukey, maybe forcing Tukey off. Still there, but Tukey's going to be able to reclaim his place back. Really good driving by Tukey and Illyrian, and that is a position gained for Illyrian. So now it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen here in this upcoming DRS.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be fun to see, but as we go down again, can Illyrian hold on? He doesn't have a lot of battery. Tukey's have got about the same, but not going to lie, I think it's going to be some insane DRS swapping. Again, Vega in chat, we're not restarting. We don't think, oh, come on, switch back. But yeah, we're not leaving until they leave, okay? It's Wildcat's decision, not us. We don't make that decision. But go on, Lyrian, can he stay around the outside again? I mean, I know he just got overtaken. Ooh! Ooh, that's not good.
Very
really
close,
not good.
yeah, very close contact, but both drivers survived through it. Tukey's going to hold on to that position. A little bit of wheel banging, not enough to look like it's purposeful, because Sector 3 is a very tight-knit racing. And once again, we'll see. No, once again, they're going to go through some really close racing here. You can see Vid has pulled a gap away from Tukey, but other than that, it's very close-knit racing.
Yeah, I mean, I had the heli cam for that whole thing, which has been really fun to look at whilst that was going on. Last lap, Robert pitted early to get rid of his front wing. He does have a 3 set, though, because of it. Can I ask why we're not restarting? Legit started as soon as we loaded in. I had 20 seconds to prepare. Again, Tinzo, we do not make the decision, okay? Not gonna lie, it's the 3 of you that are out that are asking to restart, which is kind of funny, not gonna lie. Yes, I understand you want to restart because you're out, but it's just like, we're still going. It seems as if nothing's wrong. Sorry, yeah.
A little bit of a lockup that's gonna hurt. Oh, Tukey hit the curb. So both of them making slight mistakes as they head into the second DRS zone, but Tukey may get the position back.
Sorry, have a look at this.
A little bit.
Oh yeah, you can have a look at that.
Delirian's around. He locked up into the corner. I saw it coming as he locked up to try and slow down, and he falls behind, but Joshua Bear actually goes up into third. So Joshua Bear's actually the big winner in all that.
Yeah, crazy. I mean, insane. That was a bit crazy. I was also looking behind. We've got a DRS train from engaging all the way down to pro, and there was some crazy stuff going on with those guys as well. But yeah, Joshua Bear in P3, round of applause. Vid also flying. Illyrian pits off his mediums. Good idea, really good idea. When you've just been pinged away from a fight, you pit. It's always a great idea. Anybody in chat, I'm not going to respond to you guys if you're speaking about restarting now. It's not my decision, although Wildcat just pitted. If he leaves, he leaves. Okay, I'm not speaking about that anymore. We're not speaking about that because we're just going to watch the race, and if we restart, we restart. Okay, fine, that's it. Robert is not doing the best. He came out behind Paul Diver because he had to fix his front wing, but his tyres, I'd say, are probably and hopefully like warm enough to go and fight. As engaging wrist and Hammer do a bit of a switcheroo. Look at this camera angle I've got here. Here we go then. Oh, he's trying to find room up the inside,
Oh, is
around
he-
the outside.
Oh, contact, and he's
Oh!
around, and he's into the wall.
Oh wait, I wasn't watching that part. Sorry. Who's this? Oh, this is Tuki. Okay, I wasn't.
Tukey and Joshua Bear battling it. Once again, that same turn claimed. I think that turn coming out, or sorry, starting sector 3 has claimed a lot of cars, and Tukey's got damage to his front wing. And I believe, yeah, that's why, yeah, Lyrian pitted earlier. So it looks like the beginning of sector 3 is probably the most dangerous part of the track so far.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't speaking about that fight. I was speaking about the one with engaging wrist and Toto. Engaging wrist went round the outside, and then Toto went up the inside, and then I heard the contact, and I was like, yeah, that's sort of right. But yeah, it got all a bit weird there. But yeah, Tukey pits because of it as well. So does Joshua Bear. He pits. Illyrian now back up into the points positions, but this is not what he needs. I don't think he's got cleanest driver right now. So how do you guys do it? Do you guys do it off the one that's the in-game cleanest driver?
I am not 1,000,000% sure. And actually, no, wait, now we're going to see a move on the inside.
Yeah.
Are they going to hold it? What a move by a Hammer to hold it. That is definitely not the easiest thing in the world to do, but now it's going to be interesting because Riss is going to have DRS. So is he going to make the move back? And he is. And he's, I don't know if that could have been really any closer, but definitely.
Robert
I mean,
as well.
Whew, great racing.
Look at Thomas round the outside. Oh! Thomas with, oh wait, Robert with the switchback.
Side. Maybe a little bit of contact through sector 3. Can they hold on to it?
Oh, Breckles goes right, and that's Freed.
Yeah,
Freed goes really well.
Ooh, they're still so close, and now Robert got impeded a little bit. That's gonna bring Pool Diver into the fight. We have 4 cars that are all
Freed pits.
right there. Freed will pit, so that will clear out, but you can see it's just basically like local battles the entire way down the grid.
Yeah, where's Dre gonna come out? Let's have a look. He's gonna come out behind Illyrian, I think. No, he's not. But still Illyrian with a great lap. As Robert's already pitted, yeah, so it's gonna be close between the two of them, but not. Oh, Robert's miles off track. Oh, this is not good. Robert is now there. What? They're going 3 wide.
Ooh, it's so cool. Pool Diver holding on. Now it's going to be interesting who's going to get DRS. Pool Diver got DRS. Robert didn't.
Oh, I didn't.
So now look at the kick salver. Thomas is going to get into the fight. There's a little bit of contact. Both heading down to the braking zone. They're side by side. More contact. Still 3 wide going through.
The Pool Diver. What a move.
He's still holding on, but now DRS. This time Robert Lannon's got it. So now DRS are on the outside. Thomas is going to follow. Now
look at Illyrian
into the fight. There's one contact in now. He saves it. They both save it. Both Pool Diver and Illyrian save it. Robert Lannon will secure 3rd. Thomas at 4th, and now Joshua Bear's going to make a move, and he's up into P4.
He goes wide.
He goes wide. This is absolute insanity.
It's going on. The DRS is making this stuff crazy. It's so sad we don't have it anymore. Oh man, God, crazy, bro. My voice is dying. This is mad fighting, bro. We just had. Did you see what Illyrian tried to do? He went through 2 of them, then tried to cut back around to go through another one. Yes, it would never work, but if it did, insane. Joshua comes back on just in front of Illyrian. Pool Diver loses a bit, but still there. After it all, Legleb's got back into P8 after his sad times at the start. Tukey now with the fastest lap because he's by himself having fun. And now, Thomas, they're going off the track.
They both did, but that's actually going to hurt them because now here comes
Illyrian
once again, but all 3 of them have DRS, so it's going to be a full battery battle. Is Illyrian going to be able to hold it? He's got side by side with Thomas. Can he secure it? I believe he does. He does. So Illyrian will make the move into P5. He's going to try and chase down Joshua Bear, as Joshua Bear also is trying to chase down Robert Lannon again. I mean, this battle right here, more than anything, this is probably the most important battle Illyrian has had all season.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, not good that he got a bit of contact in there. That might have screwed us. No, he's fine. But I mean, we'll have to see what happens. I mean, Robert, I just wanted to mention, Meraki Don's getting a second on Vid through the final sector. A second. Vid needs to pit. It looks as if, yeah, I'm just giving an example of how that's so true right now. But now Robert's now lost more time, and now Joshua Bear's there, and you've got the huge DRS train all the way back to Pool Divers. So let's have some more fun. Once again, we might be screaming our heads off again, but this time they're not that close to each other. Of course, they will be at the end of the straights, but right now they're not going to be starting that close to each other. So, not too much as crazy, I'd assume, but still a chance of being completely hectic.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, coming into the DRS, the DRS zones is basically the way to do it. Joshua Bear is closing in on Robert Lannon. I don't know, is he going to make the move? He chooses not to.
I'm looking back here. This is insane.
Yeah, so
Look back here.
Joshua Bear is going to hold off. I mean, there is more movement up and down the grid. Maybe 3 wide here. Wildcat going past Salty, but now it's him and engaging wrist. Maybe a little bit of contact, but Wildcat's going to be the beneficiary in that, and he's going to go into P9.
Yeah, Vid just enters the pit lane. He's going to come out behind, but we will have to see where he comes out versus these guys.
Inside, they're still going. Wildcat holding on the outside. They're still side by side going through sector 3. As
Salty as well.
We'll see, and a great job slamming the door on that inside route, and Wildcat secures P9 for right now. Oh, and Dre's actually going to get maybe out ahead. We're going to see Vide, and Vide's going to come out right behind Dre. So now, here for the first time in this race, it feels like we're going to have a battle for the lead, as he's going to be right within DRS range with a fresh set of medium tires.
It's going to be a DRS. I'll watch this as you can watch the crazy stuff at the back. Here we go then. Vid down. His tyres aren't probably warm yet, so he's got to wait. He can't go all guns blazing immediately. If you chuck up the inside with 20 degrees tyres, you're going to... Yeah, that's not what you want. But as soon as you do the third sector, your tyres will be fine. So he's about to be at the final sector. So let's see if he's going to go for it. Here he goes. Round the outside. Will this be my favourite move of the day? No, I don't think it will be, because Dre realises that he's never going to be as fast as Vid's very fresh mediums. There's something going on at the back. Is that 2K?
It looks like, Joshua Bear's going to take over and pass Robert Lannon and take over P3. I mean, as all of the battles are still going on, and actually Wildcat is still right behind Riss. Riss using the DRS to go past Wildcat, but Wildcat is still hanging on. But now look at Tukey. Tukey's catching up to Wildcat. Tukey around the inside using the same move that Wildcat used 1 lap earlier, and Tukey will move back up into P10.
Yeah, a bit sad there for Wildcat losing the point that he might have been able to get, but there are some very, very fast drivers on the track, so I think right now he's still in a good place. Never know what's going to happen, but kind of gets another 3 sec. He's miles down anyway, but Vid's already almost pulled the 4 second gap, but Meraki just about gets the DRS.
If you want to look back up at the front, this is going to be really interesting. O'Learian is right behind Robert Lannon, so now this is going to be really interesting as they both are chasing down Joshua Bear. They're both holding on. Is Lannon going to make the move? He's going to go to the inside of Joshua Bear. He locks up, but he will, I think, get the move done. He will. Going to get the move done past Joshua Bear, but he's not going to have DRS. Joshua Bear and Illyrian going to chase him down. Joshua Bear is going to be the one it looks like is going to make the move. Once again, we've seen this before, trying to hang it around the outside, but not enough. There's contact. They both go off, but they're still both side by side. Can Joshua Bear hold on? They're still side by side going through sector 3. Illyrian's just biding his time. More contact as Joshua Bear's trying to hold on to the position. For right now, he will through the contact. And I mean, if you are Illyrian, you're probably more worried about dodging if one of them goes sideways.
Yeah, I know why Illyrian didn't burn all of his battery before that corner, because he could have gone past both of them, because Joshua didn't have as much battery and Robert didn't have DRS, so he could have done it, but I think he's just trying to like keep it going. Someone said spectate Kerno, how is he in Div 1? Kano's just had a bit of a, he has 12 seconds of track limit warning. Yeah, maybe he's just trying out, okay? People are allowed to try out. It's the final race of the season. Just giving it a go. Because we need it, we gave him the spot. He's probably a Div 2 driver mainly, and he's just giving it a go in Div 1. A little bit like how you did when you came up. So yeah. Yeah, still loads of fights in the middle of the grid. Lyrian might now go for it. I mean, he's got double the battery that Robert has, so... And Joshua has pulled a bit of a gap, though, so... We'll have to see. Here we go, then. I think they're all too far from each other, but Robert's probably almost close enough. Not enough. And actually, again, Lyrian... Wow, he's now almost 100% battery. I don't know what this is for. I mean, he needs to try and get out of this because he knows he should think that he'll be a lot faster out of this. He does have better tyres, besides Joshua. He doesn't have better tyres than Joshua, but he does that for everyone else. But yeah, still crazy fighting as now Illyrian is right up behind. Maybe this was the time that he needs to shine and go for this. He does need to get a move on. Not into turn 1. He's going to have to bide his time. The straights is where things get done. DRS is where things get done.
Yeah, knowing Abu Dhabi, the long straights here are absolutely the best place to overtake it. I mean, we've seen it so far in this race. And actually, just an update from the front of the pack as we've been watching most of the close battles is that Vide has already pulled out a 3-second gap ahead of Dre, but Joshua Bear is trying to hold on. He's actually going to move. He's going to make his one move to try and break the toe, but it's not going to be enough. I am curious to see when Illyrian's going to make the move, and now it's going to be a VSC as Kurna will retire in Sector 1.
He retires on track as
now
well.
it's going to be a safety car, or I believe
that's a safety car,
yeah,
yeah.
safety car deployed. So I'm going to be interested to see Vide, I believe Vide and everyone is past the pits. So now this is going to be an interesting decision to see who's going to peel into the pits and who isn't, as now basically everyone is going to get a free pit stop. And I mean, that could really shake up everything if some of these drivers get a good pit stop. Vibe will peel into the pits, so he's going to be the first one. I can imagine we'll see Dre does. Yeah, Dre was.
Yeah, I think it'll be hard to the end. I mean, Vid's now done his medium, so if it was going to be hard, like, oh, medium, but oh my days.
Oh, and now look at this. Everyone is going into the pits.
Yeah, thankfully the Alpines are enough away from each other, so that should be fine. Let's have a watch of this then as he goes into the pits. Does Robert get held? No, he won't get held, so this is great for Robert. What about anybody else? When anybody get held? Do we see anybody? Oh, he does get held slightly from other cars leaving. Robert actually loses the position to Thomas. Wow. Because Thomas goes inside of him. And now they're going inside of each other. Right, okay. But yeah, Joshua. I mean, to be fair, the one who lost the most there was... Where is he? No, I swear... Robert, yeah. Robert lost the most, I'd say.
Yeah, so Robert lost the most, and actually, if anything, that helped out Illyrian more. That Illyrian is actually now into P4, so Robert getting held up just that tiny bit cost to him basically 2 positions, both 4th and 5th. But now, surprisingly, Joshua Bear in P3 pitted onto the mediums, and he's the only one out of that top 10 that did.
He hasn't gone on them yet. He hasn't. He started on the hards and he went to the hards after his first stop. He needs to go onto them. It'll be medium soft, I think, now. He won't make it to the end on those mediums.
So now we'll see. I mean, this is going to be a very interesting safety car restart, as we'll have the whole grid here as we are approaching just about 10 laps to go. We'll probably be restarting going into lap 19. So we'll go into the race with, I believe, 10, 11 laps to go. It's really strange how you want to figure that out, but
11, yeah. You always do what you think it would be plus 1. Because you add the final lap on the end.
That is very true. I mean, That's one of those things. I hate math, but that's what we're trying to. I have to learn math to do this and figure out and make sure we have the right amount of laps. But it's going to be really interesting because Vid has so far been the fastest driver on the grid, and I think right now Illyrian, he's in 4th place, but at the same time, you need something to happen, and it's going to be really curious to see. I mean, if you're Dre, you don't need to win the race, you just need to finish. So he's probably in the absolute best position where he's going to be able to at least have someone in front of him that he wants to chase down without worrying too much, at least hopefully not worrying that much about people behind him. But I don't know. It's going to be really interesting to see how this is going to go. We've seen all race the battles that have happened going through the DRS zones, and especially going into Sector 3. So I'm curious to see how this safety car restart is going to go.
Yeah, I think he's practically got it. I mean, the only way, I don't think there's going to be anything I don't think the cleanest driver is going to Illyrian, but again, never know. But safety car in this lap. But it'll be difficult to get the fastest lap as well, even if Meraki does, like, say, crash, and then Illyrian would need to be out front on a fresh set of tyres. So we'll have to see. Maybe the top 2 crash, and then he goes on to mediums at the front or softs in the final couple of laps, does the lap time. And that could do it, but it's a very slim chance. But like we said, anything can happen in Abu Dhabi.
Anything can happen indeed, as the safety car is indeed in this lap. So we will restart the race with 11 laps to go. As the safety car will peel into the pits, Vide takes control of the field. And this safety car restart is going to be crucial for a lot of drivers.
He's gone.
And now there he goes. He'll go ahead. It didn't look like he didn't catch Dre off guard. Dre's going to be right behind him as we are green flag and back underway. And it looks like Vide is going to get a decent bit of a gap. And Dre got a better launch, it looks like, after the safety car. But you can see Illyrian did not get that great of a restart to try and catch Joshua Bear, as they are probably the most separate right now.
Yeah, I think it just seems like, well, that was a voice crack, but I think it seems as if Dre just trying to gain on him in the first sector. I think he does, definitely. But who's going to be burning? Vid is. As actually, watch out. Here goes Joshua.
Oh, he thought about it, but chose not to. There is no DRS here in the first lap after the safety car, so
he's on the mediums
DRS,
though.
but now, yeah, that
mediums.
is true. He is on the medium, so maybe that is helping him. And now he is right behind Dre. Is he going to try and make the move? And he's getting close, but not enough.
He's going to have to wait for the next lap. He's on the mediums, but he needs to do it quickly. Very, very quickly, as something happens between these two. Tukey and Paul Diver switcheroo. They make the pass and not make the pass, and then the Gleb almost goes wide, but still there. And now because of that, Joshua loses a lot of time. Even more, yeah. So now it seems as if Illyrian is right up behind.
Oh, now Robert Landon with a move, and he does to the inside. Robert Landon will move into P5, passing Thomas and getting that position back. And actually, Tukey looks like he's going to make a move on Thomas himself. Tukey has been silently moving up the grid. I actually think that Tukey may have probably one of the best shots of getting driver of the day, just being the most consistent. And Illyrian, like you called it, Illyrian up the inside, passing Joshua Bear. But he will actually have DRS as well. Actually, yeah, he had DRS. Joshua Bear didn't. So Illyrian is going to get his best shot, as now he's going to try and catch down Dre.
Yeah, Robert got really attacked there, but he held him off. But I don't know if he gets DRS. No, he doesn't get DRS. Oh, no, he's cooked. Paul Diver with a 3 sec. Can he hold on, Robert? No, he can't. He's going to lose 2 of them. No, he's not. Or is he? He might do it.
Tukey tried to hang it around the outside, but he wasn't able to do it, so Robert Landon will only lose 1. Ooh, Joshua Bear left the session, so I think that's an issue. And he did
No.
spin, and he is ghosted right now, but he is still going. It might be a connection issue as he'll fall down the grid, and that'll actually put Thomas into P4. And actually, Illyrian now actually has the fastest lap. So
You sound really weird for me right now. You sound really weird. You sound like you're glitching out. I don't know. I can hear like like that sort of thing.
It might be Discord because it looks like everything is working good on OBS. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we can. It's just when as soon as he disconnected, it felt like you were.
Okay, maybe it was
out.
just a weird moment with F1. But Illyrian actually did get the fastest lap. So that is one of the requirements down for right now as he is trying to catch down Dre and Vide.
Yep, fastest lap. So here we go. And he's now catching up to Dre. So three-way fight, anybody? Here we go. Also, Robert as well might want to catch up to go and help his teammate as up the inside. Oh, but Kanto to hold it. Run the outside. Oh, come on,
Around the outside, but it's not going to be enough. A great job there from Robert Landa, but now it looks like Tuki's going to try and make the move. Does he have enough? Oh, but he blocked the outside. Oh, but he's going to go wide. So now Tuki's going to go on the outside and make the move. Fantastic move by Tuki.
That helps Robert. Robert needs to go. He needs to go a lot if he wants to get up to the front pack. He needs another 2 tenths in this first sector. I think he can. I think he definitely can because Tuki has barely any battery. If Robert burns now, he could do it, but I don't think he will. But the front three are all keeping it about a 5 to 8 tenth gap. So they don't hold each other up too much in the dirty air, but they all get the DRS. But Tuki will still have the DRS, but not as much ERS. He's only about 10% starting the straight, whereas Robert's got about 40. So Robert can burn and he'll be fine. And yeah, like I said, burns and he's actually pulls the gap a good amount actually. The gap's still going to come back under, but Dre gaining a good amount of time on Vid, but not loads. There's Thomas.
Thomas up the middle or up the inside.
Switch back.
Switch back. It doesn't look like it's going to be enough, but Tuki did not get DRS. So Thomas is going to get DRS and go around Tuki, and Thomas is going to reclaim a position.
Yeah, Thomas with the re-overtake. Really nice from him. So he's back up to P5. But Robert does still have that 3-6, so that's not going to benefit him. But he does want to probably go and help his teammate out there. So let's have a look at how much penalties he does have. But not going to lie, Lyrian is really far in front on that fastest lap. And when I mean really, I mean like 6 tenths in front. So I think he should be good. I think he should be fine to possibly get it. Robert with only a 3-6, so not bad. He doesn't... I think he should be fine if he can do enough. But then again, Thomas still gaining on him, so we'll have to see. Again, the front three keeping it about 7 tenths. So at one point, the gaps was the same for all three of them. They're not being all too crazy here.
Yeah, they're not being all too crazy here. I mean, like you said, they're just keeping basically the same distance of each other. One crucial thing is that for most of the laps, Dre has actually been trying to break the slipstream, and they're just kind of all equally spaced. But I actually was wondering if Vide was going to get as big of a gap as he was. I mean, so far in this race, he's been the fastest driver, but now he has been basically keeping, I don't know if he's keeping Dre in DRS on purpose, or if maybe Dre got a little bit more pace back with the new hard tires. So, I mean, right now, just being within DRS, there is just nothing that Illyrian can do. It's just the DRS can be so powerful that as long as Dre has DRS, I don't know if Illyrian can realistically catch him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't think it will be possible unless maybe Vid slows down, then something happens between them. But again, we've said it already. We said it again. I'm going to say it again. Anything can happen. As Joshua, sadly, now really far back down the order. So he was doing really well, but yeah, after his disconnect, that basically ends it all for him, as it's almost a full DRS train for the whole grid. You've got the first 3, then another 4 or 5, and then you've got a bit more, and then you've got even more as Fried retires in the pit lane, sadly.
So,
but yeah, pretty much
Probably
DRS trains over
crucially he does that so it doesn't trigger another safety car. That would have been interesting.
There goes Tukey.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say now there goes Tukey. And Thomas did have the DRS, but now it looks like Tukey, is he gonna make the move? He won't. He won't for right now. As you can see, this DRS train, Thomas had to slow up.
Got loaded.
Thomas had to slow up for Robert Landon. Robert Landon had a slow exit, so he had to slow up for everyone. And I don't believe, though, yeah, crucially, there is no damage to Tukey, so the race will continue, thankfully. And we'll see, is Tukey's trying to make a move? Is he going to make the same move here? He's made a ton of moves here in Sector 3. This time he won't. So the lineup will remain the same. And, I mean, man, there's just been so many close battles like this. You have this main DRS train, and I mean, DRS can giveth, but also taketh away, especially with the long DRS trains like this.
Yeah, it just takes away the ability. I mean, in real F1, when they're in these DRS trains, they sit at a gap where they don't have to attack each other too much, as Pool Diver goes really wide. They sit at a gap where people don't attack each other too much, and they work together. In F1 25 League racing, however, if you're at the front, you will just get sent on by everybody behind you, if they can. So it kind of makes being in a DRS train annoying, because you sometimes can't even make moves if you're at the back of it. But you can make moves if you're in the front.
He's going to go to the outside instead, but Robert Landon's going to defend. So
the next train as well.
There's nothing he can do. But now, once again, another DRS zone. Is he going to be able to make the move? We'll see. He's catching up. I don't know if he's going to do it. No, he doesn't. But now Tukey up the inside. Can now Tukey hold
we're going 3 wide.
Oh, and now, yeah, you're calling it 3 wide behind. So far, Salty is the guy that benefits the most, as he's going to end up ahead. Now Tukey's going to make the move, and Tukey makes the pass. So many passing going on. I don't think I can keep up with everyone, but Tukey moves up into P5 ahead of Thomas, as now he's going to try and chase down Robert Landon once again.
Yeah, absolutely. Insane at the back there. As I saw, Wildcat was defending Toto, but then Toto went wide, and then that gave Salty a shot as, Wildcat's sideways out the corner. He loses a position to Lopro because of it. Or actually, no, he might hold on. No, he doesn't hold on. Oh, he almost completely kills Lopro, Wildcat does. But yeah, we've also got the bit at the front. Not going to lie. Meraki Don was kind of close to the leader. Actually, Vid might get DRS from the lapped car. Yes, he will. He's going to get DRS from the lapped car.
Yeah, so that's going to get DRS. Probably not make a move. Yeah, probably won't make a move, as the AI will basically peel out of the way. He does get DRS, so that's going to basically hold Dre off throughout that DRS.
That really helps.
Yeah, that was going to say, that's really beneficial.
Salty. Yeah, sorry, Toto just made a move on Salty, and now Salty's going to try the switchback. Go on. And he's going to get the DRS.
They're side by side. He does get the DRS, heading through the second DRS zone.
On the outside.
He's going to just go ahead and make the move, as Hammer will just hold on to the ER. Yeah, he will just hold on to that battery. And another move there. Well, I guess getting the position back. And still a battle here going on. Actually, Tukey is making up ground. He actually now is within half a second to Robert Landon. So he is making moves and making up ground. But so, I mean, just so many different battles going on here as we have 3 laps to go.
Yeah, absolutely. So many battles in the mid pack, of course. But I just wanted to mention, I mean, Tukey is very close to getting P4 here. But I was just going to say the top 3, I would sort of say are like, I know you've got like a Lizzie and like Robert and then other people that are also fast. But overall, I'd say I'd call this the big 3. You've got the 2 that are like at the front who are still very quick and are at the top of the championship fight. But then you've got Vid, who's very quick, but just has been very unlucky. Like, if he hadn't have had this final, if he didn't have had, like, round 8, 9, 10, as bad as it was, his final 2 rounds would have made it amazingly. Sorry, Thomas. I knew you were trying to say something in the back. I heard it.
No, actually,
Thomas.
No, sorry. Robert Landon actually got out of the way and let Tukey go by. So now he's trying to retouch back. Yeah, I mean, he did get the DRS, but if Tukey holds on to this position, it might be for nothing. as Tukey will hold on to it. So
Yeah.
Tukey will move up into P4. So an interesting decision there from Robert Lannon, as now we see the leaders, they're coming to the line with 2 laps to go. And
Yep, onto
I
the
mean,
penultimate lap.
yeah, still so far, no real moves made from either Dre or Illyrian. They just really can't do anything. Stuck in this DRS
Oh,
train.
something happened to Tukey!
Tukey's in the wall! Maybe contact between Robert Landon and Tukey, but Tukey's in the wall. He will get going once again, and now more contact between Pool Diver and Legleb. I saw a piece of someone's wing going off. Yeah, it was the wing of Legleb. As there was contact between him and Pool Diver. Pool Diver will go wide. And, I mean, in one sector, everything goes berserk.
Yeah, insane. I don't know if that was Tukey with contact, because it would have been difficult for Robert to get back side by side for him to do that. I know a lot of people that spin and crash there by themselves. Latifi. But yeah, so Thomas as well now, shaping up a move on Robert, but I think we're going to have a showdown at the front, but I don't know how much of a showdown, because Vid's still got enough of a gap to not really worry about it. Lyrian's basically just trying to keep in DRS at this point. I think it's sealed and done. It's shut away unless something happens between the front two. On the final lap, I'll probably try and finish out the commentating with the a full ending of it. But yeah, you've got Pool Diver maybe going to shape up a move, but Thomas is also a big fight. I mean, he'll end up in P4 anyway, as of right now, because of Robert, but Robert just trying to hold up people as much as he can, considering he now has the 3-second penalty. As we go on to the final lap of the race, Vid leads us. Can Meraki Don do anything about Vid? He does have quite a bit more battery, though. I would like to say that he does have quite a bit more battery, as Wildcat gets a 3-sec. That's really not good for him. Here we go then. Lyrian now out of DRS as well, so let's see what happens. We do need to still worry about Thomas's fight as well. That's going to be a big one. But Dre just about gets DRS. Vid has drained his battery to the minimum. So, of course, Dre doesn't have that much more. But we'll have to see how much it is by the end of the straight.
Illyrian did not get DRS, so he drops back a lot. That might be done and dusted unless something happens in the second half of the track. But that Illyrian lost DRS. So unfortunately,
yeah.
And Thomas maybe, yeah, Thomas is close, but maybe looking to make a move. We'll see. They both get a good exit. And actually, Dre is trying to catch. He had a little bit of a slide, but now let's see. Does Thomas have a move? Thomas trying to chase him down in the last DRS section, going to the outside. Side by side, but trying to use that inside. It works as Robert Landon will secure.
Quick, let's just twitch it.
But here we'll go. But here we'll go to the front as we end the race, and it is a end of the season as Vibe will take the win here in Abu Dhabi. But for the second season in a row, Meraki Don or Dre is your world champion for North America EU, coming home in P2, Illyrian P3, and a battle to the end. Robert Lannon in 4, or no, with the penalty, Thomas gets a P4. Lannon actually drops the 6. Gleb in P5, Salty P7, Low Pro P8, Greco's P9, Pool Diver P10, Hammer P11, Wildcat P12, and then here comes the rest of the grid, as it will be Engaging Wrist coming home in P13, and then it will be Tukey in P14, and then Joshua Bear coming home in P15. What a season finale.
Insane, bro. I just had a huge voice crack. I think I could have counted about, I don't know, maybe 100 passes, maybe more. That was crazy. I just wanted to say, as Vid was coming over the line, what a dominant end to the season. That's triple win practically if you count the sprint. No one could touch him practically. I know Vega probably would have, but he had something wrong at the start. But like, insane. If he hadn't have had the issues he had and was like not as far away at the start of the season, Vid was definitely a huge contender to win this one. But yeah, Lyrian sadly missing out, still gets the fastest lap, but it does go to Meraki Don once again, closing it out, still with a great gap out in front with that one as well. Insane. It was practically sealed. If he'd had 1 point extra in the last race, it would have been practically sealed. Anyway, But insane. And that, yeah, that does it then. So your constructors
Yes.
title will go to Haas. Your driver's title will go to Meraki Don. And Vid will pick up another win at the end of it with Illyrian with a dominant fastest lap.
And I don't think anyone is surprised or shocked to see basically the three of the fastest drivers that we've had all year. And I mean, if Alizzi was in this race, I wouldn't be shocked to see Alizzi would have been in that mix either. And I mean, just an absolute end of a crazy season here in season 6 for Division 1. And we'll go ahead and switch over, see if we can get our top 3 in for the last interviews of the season. So we'll see if we can get we'll see if we can get should say if we can get Dre, Illyrian, and Vide here in the or here for the last interview. We'll see. I know that we are currently checking Discord to see that we can. And if I know that usually after this, I know that you probably have to head out, Chaz, as always, if you need to head out. But
no, I'll do the comments with you. I'll do the end of this. Yes.
We'll see if we can get. We see. There we go. We got Lyrian and Potato. We will see if we can get Vide in here. First, we'll go down, or we'll go. There we go. We got Vide in as well. So we'll start with our race winner, Vide. How are you feeling right now?
Feels good. Nice end to the season. Rocky Dawn always gives me a hard time, especially on that last lap, but it feels awesome.
Yeah, at the beginning of the race, you really seemed to just pull away and you seemed to really have the fastest pace. Then after the safety car, it felt a lot closer. Did you feel pressured at all throughout the last 11 laps, being kind of stuck in that DRS train?
Yeah, absolutely. ARS is a big factor in this track, so yeah. I had no ARS on the straight, so I was kind of stressed that it would pass me, so yeah.
But you did a good job of managing it despite not having any DRS. And with this being the last race of season 6 in Div 1, probably you definitely were in the fight until toward the end of the season. Do you see this as the next launching point for you going into season 7?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel motivated to especially have a chance at the drivers and the constructors next season, so yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can't wait to see it. Sorry, Chaz, I apologize if you wanted to ask him a quick question.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask Vid, what happened with Vega? Because we saw him basically hit you on the straight, which of course is not good because that shows retaliation. And then we saw him DNF. So we just want to confirm what happened there.
I mean, the VSC come out right before the breaking point, and before, I think I was negative on my delta, so I need to brake, and I think he was not prepared I was gonna brake, so he ran right into my back and I got damaged, or I don't know.
Oh, you got rear wing damage.
No, front wing damage.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Yeah, well, he did retire anyway, and then they were asking about restarting, which we never actually did because but either way, a dominant end to the season, I'd say. 3 wins if you include the sprint. So yeah, really well done, Vid.
Yeah, thanks.
And as always here, I mean, for the last Div 1 race of this season, do you have anyone that you would like to shout out before we end the stream?
Yeah, of course. These commentators, you're doing an awesome job. To the drivers, to the whole league, especially.
Awesome. So hopefully we will see you here in season 7 upcoming. If you need to head out, we will. But thank you for coming in. We will move down the order. First, actually, we'll change the order a little bit. We'll head to Illyrian, who finished P3 here, finished P2. I mean, really close in the championship. Illyrian, how are you doing?
Not too bad. what you guys saying.
Yeah, and I know that.
I think it was good.
Yeah, I think it was good. I mean, there was no doubt that you were giving everything. I mean, you could definitely see that you were absolutely doing everything that you could, and it was a fantastic drive from you. And I guess kind of the same question to Vide. How did you feel kind of getting stuck in that DRS train?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as I caught up with Vide and Meraki, I was expecting Meraki to make a couple moves, but I knew he was probably trying to wait until the very last lap because I couldn't do anything. I couldn't keep up. My setup as well was a bit. My wings, let's just say my wings were not really ideal. I had higher wings than most drivers because I couldn't keep up with most of them on a straight line. So I had to make my moves mainly down under braking. But when it came to Meraki, I just had no pace, bro. Honestly, these lot were on a different planet today. So the fact that I even kept up with them, I'll just take that in the chin today. And just hopefully next year we could just go out with a slam dunk and hopefully go for the championship then.
Yeah. Really well done.
Yeah, really
Yeah,
well
I just
done.
wanted-
And sorry, go ahead, Chaz.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask. I saw a moment where you went through 2 cars and then tried to go through another. It didn't work out, but like because of those DRS trains, you guys were creating some memorable overtakes. Like, especially not into the first chicane, all the way into the looping left-hander. There were so many times people were going around the outside, up the inside, and there was one where you tried to go through the middle, which looked insane. Sadly, I think you made a little bit of contact, which caused you to like lose the rear. But like insane that you guys were able to like poetically be able to drive with each other like that and didn't cause, I'd say, too much contact considering you were side by side at one point with, I'm pretty sure, like Tukey for the whole of sector 2 and 3.
Hope you guys enjoyed that one. That was honestly a bit of fun. The one where I tried to go for the gap in the middle. Obviously, the guys, I think it was Paul Diver, and I don't know who was on my right hand side, but they had much more less battery than me. I had over like 50%. And I thought I had the space, but I don't know exactly what happened because someone tapped my rear. I think it was Paul Diver that tapped my rear. So I need to rewatch it and see what actually happened. But I tried, honestly, I tried to go for the move. It didn't stick out. And then that's when I decided to go for the undercut.
Really well done. Either way, really, really, really well done, mate.
Yeah,
Thank
either
you so
way,
much.
either way, really well done. I just realized that we have to move on because we have 10 minutes until the Div 2 race, but congratulations on the P2. As always, is there anyone that you would like to shout out or give credit to on stream?
Well, it's P3. Shout out to Vide, you guys as well, especially you and Cheesy. You lot have been absolutely phenomenal the whole season. I really appreciate you guys doing the whole commentary. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And shout out to Wildcat. I know we butt heads here and there, but shout out to Wildcat. He's done a lot this season for everyone to jump in the lobbies, to get these races underway. Also Berry, and shout out to my teammate Lizzie. We done completely phenomenal this season, bagging the Constructors Championship. So shout out to him.
Yeah, winning the Constructors Championship. You definitely did really well with him all through this year, and I can't wait to see you guys and how well you do next season if you are still there. I'll let you go if you need to go, but we'll finally move on to, he finished P2 today, but he is our drivers champion, the Golden Potato, all about Dre, Meraki Don, whatever he chooses his name to be. How are you feeling right now?
I am feeling quite exquisite. Got these big words today.
I can imagine after winning the championship, you're probably feeling amazing right now. And I guess I really feel bad to sound like a broken record, but I mean, Illyrian talked about it. We saw you get stuck in the DRS train. Were you more concerned with just trying to hold your position and not push? Or were you like legitimately trying to catch up, but you were just stuck in the DRS train?
To be honest, I was like trying to give it my all. I was literally giving everything I had to try to catch up to Vide, but you know, Vide's my boy. I know he's fast, so I was just like, oh my god, please, Vod. Please, I see you going over check limits. Do it one more time. Just one more time. But it never happened. But I got close, but not close enough. So I was just stuck.
Yeah, and I mean, it was definitely a very close battle all the way to the end, and I don't think we can take away anything from the three of you. The three of you were neck and neck all the way down, and we all know that the DRS trains are really, really tough to deal with, and we'll see how that changes as we head into the new regulations. But now, I think we talked about this last year or last season. Now that you are the back-to-back champion here in North America, is there any increase of pressure heading into the next season, or is it basically the same?
Honestly, I don't think there's an increased amount of pressure. Yeah, when we start again, we'll have the 2026 cars, but it's all about adapting. Who can adapt better? Who can adapt quicker? And I'm very good at adapting, and I already like low downforce cars that aren't so demanding on it. So I'm not huge on that's going to be difficult. There's pressure on me because I'm going to be seen as a benchmark basically. Like, oh, this guy won twice. So there's a big target on my back, but I'm okay. It'll be fine.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see what you're going to do next season. I mean, absolutely dominant throughout this entire season. And I mean, I really hope to see all three of you in the next season, because I really want to see more battles ensue in the entire season, especially with the new cars incoming. But for one final time here in Div 1, do you have anyone that you would like to shout out to or give credit to?
I would honestly like to give a shout out to everybody that's come to NA and EU, that's raced all year long, especially the people that people that are actually coming every weekend or every other weekend to race and show what they have. Those people deserve the biggest shout out. Illyrian, Lizzie, no, big congrats on them. Like, they won the constructors. I was basically solo, but they won it. They were consistent, so they won it. So that's a shout out to them. Vide and Project, or Robert, whatever you guys know him by. Big shout out to them. They showed up and they put in the work, and you see where that got them, And a big shout out to you and what's your name? I'm so sorry, the other guy here. And
Chaz.
Cheeky. Chaz. Big shout out to you too. Everybody that's shown up for NA and EU. I'm just grateful for all of you guys.
Yeah, appreciate it. Really well done. Really, really, really well done. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, really well done. We will see you guys in season 7, but before that, we have one more race. The lobby is currently trying to fill up now. We got to get to it. Division 2, if you guys are in the stream, stick around. We will be underway with more NA action with the Division 2 race, and we'll see how that is going to tune out. If you guys were here for Div 1, thank you guys so much for all of your love and support. We hope to see you guys in season 7 as we see all of these fast drivers once again battle it out, and we hope to see a lot more of it. I am your host, GameHawk. Alongside me with my co-commentator was Chaz, and we hope to see you again real soon for Division 1 Season 7.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me for this season. I've really enjoyed it. Thank you so much. And yeah, I wouldn't mind being a little bit of a team principal as well, because I think that would be fun as well. So if they bring them back, I think we should. I think we should bring them back. That'd be wicked. But yeah, thank you so much for having me, guys. And yeah, I will see you in season 7. Maybe even driving. You'll never know. Bye bye.